Hey guys, Ty from GenerEOS here, and in tonight's video we hear from Gardner, who talks about his really cool project called Emanate. Emanate aims to allow copyright owners of music to be able to trade samples of their music and to be paid in EOS and other crypto. I hope you enjoy Sean's presentation. He's a really cool guy and he's presenting a really cool Dapp.
Thanks for coming along to the meetup, and thanks for the introduction, Ty. And it's nice to see a bit of an overview of what happens on the blockchain and who's supporting it and who's making sure these transactions are being verified, and who's building this, building and supporting this infrastructure for the future. And the thing that we need in order for blockchain to flourish as a technology, in order for us all to do well as token holders, is for awesome projects to come along and build on top of it. So we've been working on Emanate for about 18 months now. I've got my co-founders, Jimmy and Trent over here, Iggy, who's already got a shout out, and Tommy, who's one of our friends and one of our artist ambassadors on the platform. Tommy's a Grammy nominated producer. Thanks for coming along, Tommy. So Emanate is technology for the future of music. And we've played around with like many taglines and different ways to position our project, but technology for the future of music really sums it up, because this is a platform that's going to be able to be used in many ways, and a platform that it's not just a streaming platform. It's not just an app that you're going to have on your phone. It's a platform that all different developers will be able to use to consume audio into their applications and create a music industry ecosystem for the future that is fair for the artists and that streamlines things and helps us build amazing audio-backed experiences. So in terms of where we're at, we've been working for about 18 months. We're coming up to launching our alpha platform, which has been done on pretty much our sort of angel and pre-sale funding alone through the bear market. We did a big airdrop last week, so there's over 300,000 people holding the Emanate tokens now. And we're pretty confident at the moment that what we've built is the world's fastest collaboration and monetization platform. I'll show you the demo a little bit later. And we're just waiting to get people on it and show what it can do. So the problem that we're solving with Emanate is, it's 2019 and professional musicians are still getting literally checks in the mail for the royalties from their plays. I know Jimmy is. Are you getting checks, Tommy? Paper checks, yeah. Tommy's are slightly bigger than Jimmy's, but we won't go into that. So it's completely insane that that's how artists are getting paid for their plays at the moment in 2019, and only 12% of the music industry revenue actually makes it to the artists. So even on current streaming platforms like Spotify, you get paid quarterly, and so that's what we're trying to change. The reason why this is the situation in the music industry is because it's been built over the course of like 60 years when we used to distribute music on records and cassettes and CDs, and it's just no longer fit for music. So this industry revenue just gets soaked up with all these middlemen that, they help to get the music around the world, but it's extremely inefficient, and that's what leaves very little for the artists at the end. And there's no real incentive for that to change, because the people that are making a lot of money from it are the ones that control it. And so disruptive technology is what's going to make that difference. Looking at that industry evolution, from compact discs right through to iTunes being introduced and Spotify and SoundCloud streaming, we believe that the next wave of disruption in the music industry is happening right now. Already sort of direct monetization is a really big thing that's starting to come through with different YouTube communities and even artists that have like Patreon accounts and different ways for their fans to pay them directly. But we think we're going to start to see, or we are starting to see, the decentralization of the music industry, and more we'll start to see automation of those payments and virtual performances and things. So people might have heard about the collaboration between Marshmello and Fortnite. It was probably one of the first big in-game concerts. 10 million people tuned into it, and that was a remarkable occasion. That was a big collaboration between one of the biggest producers in the world, one of the biggest video games in the world. But this sort of thing will start to happen on a more niche level in more boutique sort of games and virtual reality experiences. And Emanate is the sort of technology that can help power that. So our vision is a world where creators can collaborate from anywhere. They can publish their work quickly, and they can get paid for their plays instantly, no matter how it's consumed. So we built this demo, which shows how our technology works. I'll give you a quick look at it. So we've just got a bunch of tracks here from our Emanate official artists, and if we just hit play, I'll hit play on a remix so I can show you so down here in the block console, we show the transactions that are going through as the artist is being paid. So these artists with the cryptocurrency wallet on their phone would literally see their earnings going up every 6 seconds as this audio is being streamed. And right here, this is a remix that's playing, so we can see that 2 different artists are being paid every 6 seconds as that music's being streamed. So that's running on an EOS testnet at the moment that we host. We're moving it across to a public testnet, and we're launching it on the mainnet in May. So yeah, we've just dropped out these 300,000 tokens. The EOS community is coming to our microsite that we've built to claim those tokens. We've dropped out just $1 worth of tokens to 300,000 people, but if they come to this site and give us their email address, and they're essentially pre-registering for one of the alpha Emanate accounts. So from that 300,000, we've converted about 1,500 so far. It's only gone out like 4 or 5 days ago. And our aim is to get 10,000 accounts launched off the back of that airdrop. Once you open up the Emanate account, you'll have $20 worth of Emanate tokens in there, which will keep you listening to music for all of 2019. So I'll give you guys a look at the designs we've currently got for the front end of the alpha platform. So in terms of a customer-facing tagline, we're dropping the technology part and just saying that Emanate is for the future of music. We're letting people sign up with just a Facebook or Google account or just an email address and password, so you don't actually need an EOS account to sign up. You can still buy an EOS account, but if you don't, you can still collect rewards, and over time we'll encourage people to connect an EOS account, take control of their funds, and teach them about governance and so forth on the platform. We're going to keep the block console in there, but just restrict it a little bit, but people will still be able to see that artists are being paid in real time for their plays. In terms of mobile, we're not launching native mobile apps just yet, but it'll be right there in the browser, so that essentially makes it device agnostic, platform agnostic. Anybody can just come along on their mobile browser and enjoy the music. And something that we're positioning Emanate as is one place for artists to publish their work, one place where anyone can come and collaborate, one place where it can be consumed into different environments and embedded, and that's something that kind of lacks in the music industry at the moment. So on this mock-up you can kind of see that this track from Goldilocks has got the a cappella available, it's got the remix pack available, you can grab the drums, you can grab the bass line, and if you use any of those parts and publish your own work, you'll be automatically sharing the revenue with this original artist. We've got the credits there, which is something that kind of falls by the wayside at the moment in the music industry, and also links to the derived works that have come from that track. And yeah, that's essentially kind of where we're at the moment with the project. And yeah, if there's any questions, ask me now or come up and we can have a chat afterwards. Thank you. Does anyone have any questions they want to shout out?
Not a question so much, but I think I saw you guys have recently just joined the Bancor exchange, is that correct?
Yeah, we just announced four exchanges that we're joining in late April, early May. Bancor, Hotbit, Whalex, and Chains. So yeah, Bancor is one of Bancor and Hotbit. Like strategically, we wanted to list on those platforms to try and get some exposure outside of the EOS community. We've got pretty good recognition within the EOS community for our project, but you know, there's so much more out there, and a lot of the crypto world isn't paying attention just yet. So hopefully Bancor and Hotbit can help us do that.
Yeah, another thing you touched on, obviously, like people in your ecosystem collaborating with each other and sharing, whether it's beats or their entire tracks. Do you have an appetite for maybe a community platform at some point?
Oh, well, I mean, that is the case. You know, it's that sort of sample sharing and actual sort of open collaboration environment won't be launching in early May when we launch the alpha, but those are the features that will begin to be introduced over time. And if people come to us from the community and say a couple of us have got together and we produced this track, we will be able to still set up the split payments for them. The infrastructure is there in terms of the smart contracts and everything, but in terms of opening that up to the community, that would kind of be like opening the floodgates to anything. So we have to maintain a bit of control. You know, our vision is to have full decentralization, full decentralized governance, so that you know that it can be completely open and the token holders will sort of verify what tracks should be paid out and shouldn't based on the contracts behind them and so forth. But in the beginning, we have to keep a little bit of control. Otherwise we think the project will fail. I mean, if you look at other blockchain music projects out there, the benchmark of music quality is quite low, and there's a lot of sort of pirated material and stuff that probably shouldn't be on there. So our goal with Emanate is to launch something with high quality music that's you know, fully owned by the rights holders, and over time open it up more and more for the community, and hopefully people understand that. I think, you know, we're full advocates for decentralization, but it's not something that you can just switch on like that. EOS have done an incredible job of launching a fairly decentralized technology platform in the time that they have, but they had $4 billion to do it. We don't have quite that much money, so yeah.
No, thank you.
Yeah, no worries. Cool, thanks. Yeah, one more, sorry.
Yeah, just, so you probably have it somewhere on your website, but what's your roadmap for the next 12 months?
Yeah, I mean, the overall roadmap is to launch this alpha platform. It's maybe a month or so behind, but we're not too ashamed of that given the bear market and the trouble that we've been through over the last year. Our aim is to launch the beta platform towards the end of this year, maybe early next year, which will introduce native apps. It will introduce some more community collaboration where two people can just get together and publish a track and publish it on the platform without us needing to be a part of that. And then another year or so on from that, what we kind of refer to as the production software, we want to release, and it's our vision for that is something that, you know, you just don't need to know anything about crypto. You can just download it, use it in your studio, collaborate with people, release tracks, and you never really need to know that it's a blockchain solution. It's just there under the surface, and you know, it might come pre-packaged with a synthesizer that you buy or something like that. So you know, a proper music industry piece of software. Yeah.
So what's going to be the value of the EMT token during that journey that you've just described over the next 2 years?
The what of it, sorry?
The value of the EMT token, or how is that potentially
how is it used?
grow, or, you know,
Yeah.
from an investor perspective, how is that potentially going to grow? So if I'm an early investor buying some EMT tokens now, how am I most going to get some capital back from that over that journey that you just described?
It's something that we've worked really carefully on and thought a lot about. The EMT token is required to access the platform and also to have governance, so to vote on different issues relating to it. I touched on the fact that people can join without an EOS account, and the way that that's going to work is another person who is holding tokens will stake on your behalf. So that gives a way for people who aren't musicians to earn rewards on their tokens, and ways for people who aren't cryptocurrency people to get involved in the platform. So since new users joining the platform have to stake, or someone has to stake on their behalf, the more, every time a user joins the platform, some more tokens are getting locked up. The current amount of tokens that you need to stake as, say, an artist, after just like 200,000 artists joining the platform, the entire population of tokens will be locked. So that will need to be reduced over time. And we think 100,000 artists is actually pretty realistic. Like, there's 15 million people uploading audio to SoundCloud at the moment. There's 600 million users on NetEase in China. So we think it's a realistic target over the 3 to 5 year period. So there's a real use case for that token. And it does earn rewards if you use it in the right way, and it's fixed supply. The network is designed to draw value to the token holders, not to our company. Our company is responsible for building this and launching this, and yeah, so I think that answers the question.
Maybe you mentioned Emanate.
Yeah, there's an internal token that carries value around the ecosystem that's not externally tradable. And so users, non-crypto users can pay subscription fees to use the platform. The subscription fees get converted into an internal token, and that's what pays the artists, and that's also what pays out the rewards. So that EMT token is not actually the one that gets transacted day to day, which means the currency internally stays stable, but externally can grow. And yeah, I think on some of the other platforms, music industry platforms in the past that haven't done so well, there's only been one token, so you have all these artists earning their revenue in that token, but they're just selling it to pay for whatever. So we've designed a system that prevents that. Yeah, cool. Thanks for the questions.
I have a question, sure.
Yeah.
So you've spoke about how users can pay to listen to the artist's work and
Yep.
how the artist can get paid. Is there a model where you can back an artist and get investment upside?
It is. It's honestly something that we thought about in the early days, and it didn't end up being a feature that we included because we went through like a typical sort of startup process, like a lean canvas process of looking at market problems that needed to be solved and how we would enter the market as a startup, like putting cryptocurrency and blockchain aside. And the desire for people to invest in artists and sort of try to reap benefits if that track is successful isn't really a problem that exists. Like, it's a cool idea, but it's not something that, it's not what they call like a blood on the floor problem. No one's losing sleep over their inability to do that. Whereas the problems that do exist in the music industry need to be solved. So, there are some platforms out there doing that sort of thing. It could be a future feature. But at the moment, 12% of the music industry revenue is making its way to artists. I don't think they need to be sharing that with additional investors that are kind of looking to cash out. So that's kind of our view on it. But it is an exciting thought, yeah.
Yeah. I guess the reason that I ask that is I'm always thinking about, I guess, the next thing.
Yeah.
I guess where this business and the type of artists that are coming onto this platform are looking to solve this problem. And I guess maybe in like 5 or 10 years.
Yeah, for sure. It's like tokenizing a track, right? Basically.
That's right. And I guess the next thing.
Yeah, I think once people wrap their heads around the base level of cryptocurrency and blockchain and what it can do, it's probably a logical next step. And I think for people
then the regulator's going to be all over you because you'll be some sort of security target.
Yeah, well, that's true as well. Yeah, true.
But yeah, just a thought. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Very impressed.
Thank you so much. Cool. Cheers, guys.